after years of misery, after years of consecutive wooden spoons, of subpar performances, of poor player recruitment and poor coaching, and just struggles on and off the field. Central Coast Mariners have just put in arguably their best performance of almost the last decade. Seriously, I seriously mean that. That what we saw tonight, Central Coast Mariners 5, Wellington Phoenix 0, was unlike anything that I've seen from my Central Coast Mariners in such a long time. It was dominant from the first minute to the last, and Wellington Phoenix were absolutely out of the contest for the entire game, and it really was remarkable seeing what was happening. And the thing that stood out for me, I think, was just the team camaraderie and the fact that everyone was on the same page. There was such an effort. It was so effortless the way that we were creating attacks and pushing forward. Look, heading into this game, an unchanged lineup, which I was happy with. It was a decent performance, a draw away to West United. Unlucky not to get the win here. Going in with the same lineup, I was confident, and we saw Wellington Phoenix pick up a 6-0 loss on the weekend. But again, Wellington, I mean, they're a good side. On their day, they can beat any team in the competition. We know that. But this was a masterclass from Nick Montgomery, and this match will be fondly remembered from this season. And I'm sure for seasons to come, man, this really was incredible. And look, I mean, we'll talk about the goals, obviously the penalties. Were they soft? Potentially, yes. Marco Orenia putting away the first. Benny Kololo, fantastic second goal. What a strike. What a finish from Benny Kololo, a player who has just come into his own for the second half of this season. The second penalty in the second half. Jason Cummings, so good to see him on the score sheet from the penalty spot after what had happened right at the end, right at the death last time around against Western United. And then Garen Kowal with his first goal in the A-League, a superb touch. What a touch, dude. To catch that long ball, which was delivered to perfection, by the way, but to catch that get the rhythm right, you know what I mean, as the ball's coming down, and to get it past Ollie Sale, which isn't an easy job. Fantastic. And then Matt Hatch. I mean, Matt Hatch does what Matt Hatch does, right? Super sub, right? I mean, how many goals? It's becoming a regular occurrence now that Matt Hatch always finds himself on the score sheet with a counter-attacking goal. Just superb. 5-star Mariners masterclass. There's a couple key players that I want to talk about, and I'm going to try and not let myself get carried away, because that can happen a lot. The first one that I want to talk about is Josh Nisbet. I'm going to say this right now, and look, this might be a bold statement. This might be people might disagree, whatever. I mean, I watch just about every A-League game that I can. Josh Nisbet is the best midfielder in the league right now, and I mean that with the absolute highest amount of sincerity. He was so good tonight. That was maybe one of the most dominant midfield performances. 95% pass accuracy for a midfielder. It really is remarkable. 95% pass accuracy. The assist, a goal assist, a couple of shot assists as well from Josh Nisbet. And here's the other statement, which is maybe even more radical, that I want to back up with. And I would love to get your thoughts in the live chat right now, or if you're watching us on replay, get your thoughts in the comment section. But there's a certain player who we all know who is missing from the Mariners squad and has been missing for the last few games, and that man is Oliver Bozanic. In my opinion, Oliver Bozanic doesn't get into the starting lineup when he returns to full fitness. That's my statement. Oliver Bozanic does not return to the starting lineup when he returns to full fitness. Josh Nisbet is, as I said, in my opinion, the best midfielder in the league right now. Max Ballard played his best game in a Mariners shirt. Wow, dude, he was so good and so well-rounded too. I mean, just the ability to get back and defend and set up that block in front of defense when Wellington did get forward. They didn't provide too much in attack. But just the thrust he provided forward too, and just the link-up play with the wide players, playing it forward through, so positive. And the way these guys are playing, look, don't get me wrong, Oliver Bozanic is one of the greatest things to happen to Mariners in recent years. But you can't drop Joshua Nisbet or Max Ballard right now. They are playing so well. They are playing so well and so key to the Mariners right now. Josh Nisbet and Max Ballard, two young players to come through the academy. Dude, and that's what puts a smile on the face, man. It's again off the back of the academy boys, man. I mean, Jacob Farrell, amazing tonight. Lewis Miller, Massive second half. Wins that penalty with that signature run, cuts inside the two defenders. He loves making it and wins yet another penalty. Lewis Miller. Fantastic. For my 3-2-1 votes, man, 3 for Josh Nisbet. Unreal. 2 for Jason Cummings. I mean, we've got to give it to Jason Cummings. Once again, fantastic effort. Great for him to get his goal. And look, I want to give one to Max Ballard, but I have to give one to Lewis Miller because he just put in an immense shift tonight. But it just goes to show, and I'm sure you guys, in your own 3-2-1 votes, that this is the game where you could pick anyone. Like, there wasn't a poor performance. Marco was a bit sloppy in the first half. I think there was a couple of wayward passes maybe from Farrell, but everyone performed at such a high level. Kai Rolls, flawless in defence. Dan Hall, so composed. Birighitti, one really crucial save in the second half. And I will say as well, credit to Ollie Sale, who once again showed why he is arguably the best goalkeeper. One of the best goalkeepers in the A-League right now. Dude, some of those saves were just insane. I mean, being there in person and seeing him stop some of those strikes, I just couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. Like, this game, dude, honestly, could have easily been... You might remember Wellington Phoenix defeated Mariners at Sandscope Stadium 8-2 just 3 years ago. This game could have ended with a similar scoreline, 8 goals. Oh, dude. What are we saying in the live chat? Jaden says no complaints there with a 3-2-1. I mean, yeah, dude, regardless, as I mentioned, regardless of who you say, there's, look, anyone could be the 3-2-1s, hey. I was in Bay 16 tonight. It was amazing. Dude, there was some great noise from Bay 16. Aaron says Miller should be going overseas, not to a dead club, A-League club like Bulls. Dude, if he keeps performing like this, yeah, man, like, he's going to get picked up. And that's the thing now. And you look at players like Nisbet, like Ballard, like Farrell, like Miller, I mean, like Dan Hall, Kai Rolls. I mean, we almost have to be a bit concerned now because, like, if this standard keeps up to the rest of the season, and that's what we're going to talk about in a second. If the quality keeps up for the rest of the season, then there's going to be teams in Europe, man, looking at these very young players. I mean, I think we just heard last night, Josh Rawlins, 17-year-old right back from Perth Glory. I think he's getting looked at a move, and we've seen Joel King move overseas earlier this season as well. There's no reason why these Mariners youngsters could depart by the end. Hey, all right, what else are we saying here? Football First says 10K crowd against Sydney again like last season. Surely, dude, hope so. What a massive game it's going to be coming up against Sydney FC. Jake says so sad Miller is going to the Bulls. Look, it's a massive disappointment. It is a massive disappointment as well. Elite Falcon says I saw what you said on Twitter when Benny's goal. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude. That Benny goal, man. I celebrated extra hard for that one just because I didn't expect it to go in. It looked like a cross from my angle, and then it just went all the way. And I was like, oh my goodness, man. William, I'm just reading a comment from earlier, says, my heart says Bozanic in the starting 11, but brain says Max Ballard. Yeah, it's a bit like that, eh? And like, look, you know, when Ollie does come back, you'd imagine he'd come in and slot in alongside Niz. But that's like, you know, we're spoiled for choice now, like, you know, but you know, we can't really go wrong. But yeah, man. When did Stensness leave last European summer transfer window? Yeah, during the last A-League off season as well. What else are we saying here as well? Toxin says you should do a season review of every team at the end of the season. Yeah, certainly keen to do something like that when it comes to the end of the season as well. Jesus says, hopefully get out of COVID isolation on Saturday. Hopefully can make it to Sydney, Central Coast Mariners. Yeah, man, dude, it's going to be a massive game. And we're going to start we'll talk about those games coming up. First of all, Saturday. Oh my God, dude, a massive game for both teams. Central Coast Mariners hosting Sydney FC, the annual pink round for Mariners. But a game that both teams have to win if they want to secure a place in the top 6. It's as simple as that. It's almost like a preliminary final to the final series. I know there's still plenty of games to go. But with Sydney FC, who have already played a lot of the games, they're playing tomorrow night, Sydney FC, away to Melbourne City. That'll be an interesting game. Sydney FC will desperately want to get 3 points in that game. But with the way that Mariners are playing at the moment, it's hard to see Mariners losing games. It's hard to see Mariners losing games at the moment with this level, the standard that they're playing at as well. Julian says, I was watching tonight on Paramount, so because Mariners looked very strong. You should be proud of them. Super. Dude, this is honestly, like, we've done match reactions, videos, live streams after every game. This is the most positive one. Like, we're coming. It's so great to see, and especially this time of the season. That's the thing. Like we're putting together such a cohesive performance like this at this crucial time of the season. Like we could easily buckle against under the pressure and start to slip down. I mean, we saw Newcastle lose on the weekend. Wanderers lose on the weekend as well. So yeah, man. Football 04 asking a possible question. What's your top 6 prediction? Dude, it's changing every week, and that's like the top 2 are locked in for sure. City, Western. It's changing every week because it's so open. Honestly, Mariners fans should be so optimistic of a top 6 finish. We have games in hand, and we are playing so well. So it's absolutely in our hands for a top 6 finish. I think Victory are going to lock in 3rd place. I think, dude, I tell you what, I think MacArthur are going to find their way in there. I mean, Ulysses Davia, he has to be playing finals football. And, man, for 4th and 5th, for 5th and 6th, I still have to throw my Mariners in there. And then I think, oh, dude, I feel like it's either going to be Adelaide or Sydney FC. Or Wellington. Dude, it's so open. It's so open. What else is he saying here? Brock says, Ufuk, is he in risk of losing his job? I don't think so. Look, concerning results, to lose 6-0, 5-0. But, if you look at overall in the season, they're still well placed. They still have games in hand. They're still going to play 2 games back in New Zealand, which they'll be favourites. And one of those are against the Mariners in a couple weeks' time. So yeah, man. All right, what else are we saying here? Where are Mariners going to finish? Look, honestly, I'll take 6. I'll take 6th. I'll take 6th, but I'd rate our chances, in an elimination final against another team. But look, I can't be greedy. Like, I know we're playing well, Mariners fans, but I don't want to get carried away. I'll take 6th. Dude, if we can creep up to 4th and get the home elimination final, like the difference between finishing 5th and 4th is to have that home advantage in the elimination final. I mean, I know we had it last time and it didn't work out, but you'd love that home advantage, especially if it's against a team like Melbourne Victory. Yeah, man. PK says the absence of Ruffer and Lewis has been hurting Phoenix big time. I agree. Opposition have been breezing past our midfield. Absolutely. Goodness me. Yeah, I was going to say it as well, just a word on Wellington Phoenix. Oh, good Lord. I mean, that was... They made it look so easy for the Mariners to get forward. I mean, Nicholas Pennington, Sam Sutton in midfield, just bystanders. Just passengers in midfield. It was bizarre. And, you saw Ufuk Talay he tried to make some positive changes. I think he moved Sandoval into one of those holding midfield positions to bring on Piscopo, to bring on Sotirio, some more pace, more attacking threat. Just didn't work out. Look, they started to push, in those final 10 minutes, but it wasn't enough, was it at all? And so good to keep a clean sheet as well. Stephen says, do you think 4th? That's pushing it, man. I don't know. As I said, like, it would be great to get that home advantage, but to finish 4th will mean that would basically have to win almost every game from here on out, which isn't like, I don't think we'll win. We certainly won't win every game from here, but look, honestly, at this rate, I can't see us losing that many games as well. Will you be at Wanderers? Neon asks, will you be at Wanderers Central Coast Mariners game next Wednesday? I shall. Looking forward to it very much, man. It's haven't been down to CommBank Stadium for a couple of years, so looking forward to it. Julian says, I think Mariners will make top 6. Actually, let's ask that in the live chat right now. We're having some good discussion in the live chat. So glad you guys are here. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button. It does help me out a lot. But what's your shouts for the top 6? Or even a simpler question, where do you think realistically Mariners will finish? Like, after this result, and now what is it, 7 games undefeated for the Mariners? 7 games undefeated? And some positive results that we're building now. Where will the Mariners finish? Where will the Mariners finish? I think a top 6 finish is absolutely still is realistic. Super realistic. Can Victory win the league? Asks me, man. They won't win the premiership, because I think Western and City are too far away. They could get the championship though. Victory in a final series could go all the way. You should do a Perth Glory career mode. That would be interesting. They're obviously struggling at the moment. SB4 says 5th or 6th. Yeah, man, we'll take it. Jezza Boy also says 6th or 5th. Elite Factor says 5th or 6th. Definitely not top 4. Adelaide cool fallout 6 says Marcus. Dude, they're struggling at the moment, the Reds, aren't they? Coggett says top 6 says City, Western, Adelaide, Mariners, Macarthur, Sydney. In that order. Dude, we'd love it. We'd love to see Mariners finish 4th above the likes of Bulls and Sydney. That's a big call, Coggett, because that means no Melbourne victory. That means no Melbourne victory. I think Melbourne victory are going to lock in 3rd, for sure. What else are we saying here? Footballer 4 says City victory. Okay. So victory to catch the top 2. Then Western, Adelaide, Mariners 5th. Sydney 6th. I like it. Peter says City, Western, victory, Macarthur, Mariners, Sydney. I can see that certainly happening as well. John says, had Comdug scored that penalty, we'd be 4th currently. I think we'll land 4th or 5th. Yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing. It's getting down to the point where, like, the difference between like a win or a draw is it's a big deal. It's a big deal. 1, 2, 3, 4 says Mariners will come 5th. Hard to believe we're still 8th. Aaron, dude, I agree. Like, so many positive performances when you think back to the first couple months of the season, and just this past month or so. Where I think it really dropped down was, I mean, earlier on when a month or two ago now, whenever was it, when we had those 3 consecutive away losses. Of course, the insane City game, the victory game, and the Adelaide game, where we all played actually quite well in, and were hard done by to not come away with at least draws in those games. But yeah, man. Are you doing a watch along for Perth victory? Yes, we are. We are doing, actually, tomorrow night. Join us 9 o'clock tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for the watch along for Perth victory. Julian says, I'm praying for my West United boys to get the premiership. They could still get it. Lee Fagan says Sydney FC will drop out of the top 6. Look at that. They're an interesting one to watch. Obviously, City and Sydney FC have Champions League campaigns coming up as well. What else are we saying here? Lee Fagan says, fun fact. In our recent games, we've scored 13 goals in 3 games. Is that right? 13 goals in 3 games? 5, 7. What was the game before? Is that right? Oh, and 4 games. 4 games. Yeah, no, that sounds right now. When you said 3 games, I was like, did we? But 4 games, yeah, it sounds about right. What else are you saying here? Yeah. So Julian's saying Western City for the top 2, then victory, Macarthur, Mariners, Adelaide. Okay. Interesting to see a lot of you guys are throwing Macarthur in there. Marcus says, I'll boldly say I think Western can win the grand final with their defense. Oh, dude, best defense in the league, of course. I don't know how it's going to go in the final series. I think they could win the premiership, but in a final series game where things really start to open up against like a team like Victory or City, they could fall apart. Oh, Aaron, I was thinking about that, and I wasn't going to bring it up maybe till the end of the season if it does cost us. But Aaron's just said, "What if Sean Evans cost us a top spot in the top 6?" Dude, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. You're going to vlog Mariners Sydney? Yes, Justin. Yeah, actually, we'll be doing a vlog for it. So if you see us around Central Coast Stadium, give us a wave, or if you want to jump in the video, come say hey. Come say hey. Toxin says, I support Perth, and we had such a good team at the start of the year. Not so good anymore now, unfortunately, for Perth Glory fans. Neil Kilkenny is a beast at the moment, just going to say it. Brock, yeah, I agree. Unrelated, but you're not wrong. He's been pretty solid. He's been solid all season for West United. But guys, what a massive win for the Mariners. 5-0. It is delicious. It is so satisfying. And it makes me so happy to see that the Mariners are really building some great form. Hopefully, we have a super run into the end of the season. Some huge games coming up. Sydney FC at home. Wanderers away after that. Must-win games pretty much from here on out for the Central Coast Mariners and for many other teams competing for the top 6. If you have enjoyed this match reaction, make sure you hit the like button. It does help me out a lot. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. We're doing plenty of A-League and Mariners content here on the channel. Have a great week, guys. See you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for the watch along of Perth Glory Melbourne Victory. And I'll catch you in the next one.